If you walked into your local corner shop in 1982, you'd find flavours that literally don't exist anymore. Not reformulated, not rebranded, gone, deleted from history like they never happened. These are 10 British crisp flavours you can't buy anymore. And number 7 won a national competition with over 1 million votes, then got murdered after 16 months. The government that sued a Welsh publican over hedgehog crisps. The pub crisps so strong they could clear blocked sinuses from 3 feet away. The breakfast crisps that won democracy then got betrayed. Those of us who remember when corner shops had rotating wire stands, when crisps could make you cry from the flavour alone, when choosing your packet was a genuine adventure, this one's for you. Number 10. Monster Munch Vanilla Ice Cream. The sweet betrayal. Right, we're starting at number 10 with something that shouldn't exist. April 2004. You pick up a packet of Monster Munch, that familiar rustle. You open it expecting savoury corn snack goodness, that distinctive Monster Munch crunch. You taste vanilla ice cream. Monster Munch Vanilla Ice Cream. 16 weeks only. And it used sugar instead of salt. Sugar? On a corn snack shaped like a monster paw. Think about that. Your brain's expecting pickled onion or beef. The saltiness, the savoury hit. You get dessert. The cognitive dissonance was real. Like biting into what you think is cheese and finding out it's soap. It was aimed at kids who wanted sweet things. But Monster Munch was the thing. You didn't mess with Monster Munch. You didn't make it vanilla. You didn't put sugar where salt belonged. The taste? Vanilla ice cream, flavouring on crunchy corn. That artificial sweetness coating your teeth. Not terrible if you knew what you were getting. Horrifying if you didn't. Mostly negative reception, obviously. It lasted its 16 weeks, then disappeared forever. One of those what were they thinking moments that makes you wonder if anyone actually tried it before signing off. By the way, Monster Munch lost other flavours too. Saucy with the blue monster, giant prawn with the orange one, sizzling bacon that became smoky spiders with actual spider shapes. All gone. But none of them made the mistake of being vanilla ice cream. Speaking of mistakes, number 9 proves some smells are too powerful. Number 9. Nik Naks Scampi Lemon, the antisocial crisps, mid-90s through 2008. That tube-shaped crunch with a smell so pungent it became a genuine workplace issue. Nik Naks Scampi Lemon. The crisp that got banned from staff rooms. The taste? Seafood with zesty lemon. Proper scampi flavour that hit hard. Your fingers would smell like the seaside for hours. But the smell from the packet, the smell. People described it as a cross between a fish factory and something significantly worse. The packaging actually included a warning. Stifle the stink, it said, encouraging proper disposal like they were hazardous waste. Like you'd open something biological. They got banned from staff rooms, actually banned. Teachers couldn't eat them during lunch break because the smell was that aggressive. The staff room would reek for the entire afternoon. Colleagues would complain. Ask who brought fish. The crisp that made enemies. But here's the thing, fans absolutely loved them. Called them the best crisps ever. That antisocial edge was part of the appeal. You ate Scampi and Lemon when you wanted everyone to know you didn't care what they thought. KP removed them in 2008. Sales had grown 32% when they got rid of smelly flavours. The accountants won. The smell lost. 22 brought them back. Now they're vegetarian, still divisive, still smell like the sea had a fight with a lemon. Your fingers still need 2 washes, but at least Scampi came back eventually. Number 8 got lost in corporate tragedy. Number 8. Smith's Bovril Crisps, the beefy 80s. Tragedy, right? Number 8. This is where British crisp history gets dark. Smith's Bovril Crisps, brown packet. That distinctive Bovril logo. The flavour that tasted exactly like drinking a cup of Bovril, but in crisp form. Which sounds grim, but it worked. Bovril Crisps existed because Bovril was massive in the 80s. Not just a drink, a cultural force. Football terraces, building sites, winter nights. The beefy, salty, deeply savoury taste that only Bovril could deliver. Smith's put that in a crisp, brown packet. Strong flavour, the kind of flavour that lingered, that made your breath smell like beef stock for hours, that turned your fingers brown. They weren't for everyone. They were for Bovril people, the same people who'd have Bovril on toast, who'd drink it from a thermos at half-time, who understood that beef extract was a perfectly normal thing to consume. Then the 80s ended. Bovril's popularity dropped. People started drinking actual coffee. Lattes, cappuccinos, things with foam. The working class drink got replaced by middle class drinks with Italian names. Smith's discontinued Bovril crisps, quietly, without drama, another casualty of changing British tastes. But here's the real tragedy. Bovril itself nearly died. 2004. The BSE crisis, mad cow disease. Bovril couldn't use beef anymore. They switched to chicken extract. Chicken called it Bovril. It wasn't Bovril, it was a lie in a jar. They brought back beef in 2006. Too late for the crisps, though. Those were long gone. You can still buy Bovril, you can still buy Smith's crisps, but you can't buy Smith's Bovril crisps. That combination, that perfect 80s marriage of beef extract and potato, extinct. Some flavours belong to their era. Bovril crisps belong to the 80s, when men drank beef, when crisps tasted like actual things, when brown packaging wasn't a design crime. They're gone because the world they existed in is gone. But we remember. We remember the brown packet. We remember the beefy fingers. We remember when crisps could taste like dinner. Because they might have vanished from corner shops, but they'll never vanish from us. Number 7 is different though. Number 7 wasn't killed by changing tastes. Number 7. Walker's. Builder's Breakfast, The Democratic Betrayal, 2008. Walker's launches Do Us a Flavour. 1.2 million entries, 6 finalists, The Public Decides, Democracy in Action. Builder's Breakfast wins. 232,000 votes. Beat Cajun Squirrel, beat Onion Bhaji, beat Fish and Chips, and Crispy Duck and Hoisin. Created by Emma Rushin from Belper. She gets 50 grand and 1% of future sales. The people have spoken. January 2009. Builder's Breakfast hits shelves. That combination of breakfast flavours, egg, sausage, tomato ketchup, the full works in crisp form. That greasy smell when you opened the packet, like a cafe at 7 in the morning. Strong egg flavour, coating your tongue. Opinion was divided. Some loved it, many found the egg thing off-putting. Your breath smelled like a fry-up for hours. But it won, the most popular of 6 flavours, May 2010. Walker's discontinues it. 16 months, 16 months. It won a competition with over 1 million votes and lasted 16 months. The excuse? They wanted to focus on upcoming Flavour Cup competition. Translation: we got the PR we wanted, now we're moving on. Think about what that says. A crisp flavour wins national competition, gets chosen by the public, generates massive sales, then gets murdered before it's even 2 years old. The campaign won awards. Best FMCG campaign at the Marketing Week Engage Awards. Outperformed category sales growth by 68%. Then they killed the actual winner. Builder's Breakfast wasn't a failure. It was a sacrifice to marketing strategy. Emma Rushin won £50,000 and watched her creation die. That's the reality of Do Us a Flavour competitions. They're not about the flavour. They're about the campaign. And speaking of campaigns, number 6 had cult status despite losing. Number 6. Walker's. Cajun Squirrel. The Vegetarian Squirrel. Same competition. January 2009. 6 flavours competing. Cajun Squirrel came 5th. 116,000 votes. Not enough to win, but enough to become legendary. The packaging clearly stated, no actual squirrel. All Walker's crisps are vegetarian. So you're eating vegetarian squirrel crisps. The absurdity was intentional. The joke was the point. The taste? Authentic Cajun spices. That paprika heat hitting your tongue. Umami, like turkey and stuffing, but stronger. More MSGY. Your fingers turned reddish-orange from the seasoning. The name was the joke, but the flavour was real. It inspired actual debate. Do Cajuns eat squirrel? They do, by the way. It's a thing. Brunswick stew. Traditional southern cooking. But British people in 2009 reading Cajun Squirrel on a crisp packet had questions. The novelty factor worked. People wanted to taste squirrel, even fake squirrel, even vegetarian fake squirrel on a potato crisp made in Leicester. You'd buy them just to say you'd tried squirrel. Discontinued May 2009. Never became permanent. Limited edition only. But it achieved something Builder's Breakfast didn't. Cult status. People still talk about Cajun Squirrel, still remember trying it, still laugh about the absurdity. Sometimes losing the competition means winning the memory. Speaking of memories that won't die, number 5 is One Half the Country Demands Back Weekly. Number 5. Tudor Pickled Onion. The Northeast's identity. If you're from Newcastle, Sunderland or Middlesbrough, you already know what I'm about to say. Tudor Pickled Onion. The crisp so piquant, would make your eyes water just thinking about ripping open a packet. That sharp vinegar smell hitting you before you'd even taken one out. The flavour that defined a region. 2.5 pence in 1973. That distinctive Tudor colour coding. Opposite to Walker's because Tudor came first. The packet crinkled differently, thicker foil. And that flavour. Strong enough to make kids cry. Powerful enough that your breath would smell of pickled onion for the rest of the day. 50 years later, people won't shut up about it. This was the bomb, according to people who lived through it. Not good, not great, perfect. Other cheese and onion crisps whispered the word cheese near a potato. Tudor pickled onion punched you with an onion and asked if you wanted more. Tudor owned 2/3 of the northeast in Scotland. 2/3. That's not market share, that's cultural dominance. These weren't just crisps, they were identity. You knew someone was from the northeast if they had Tudor opinions. The advertising was art. 1970s, Geordie Paperboy gets bribed with a canny bag of Tudor to climb Derwent Tower in Gateshead, that iconic brutalist tower. Same actor in the 80s, now rich with a Rolls Royce, still eating Tudor, the character aged with you. James Bolam did the voiceover. Giz, a canny bag of Tudor. 2003, PepsiCo kills Tudor, just kills it. 40 years of history gone because Walker's didn't need the competition. The Facebook group Bring Back Tudor Crisps has 1,696 likes. People are still campaigning 22 years later. The Northeast hasn't forgotten. The Northeast won't forgive. A 50-year-old packet from 1973 turned up during a beach clean in Fife. Still intact. The foil hadn't degraded. It'll outlast Walker's. It'll outlast all of us. Tudor pickled onion wasn't just a crisp. It was the Northeast winning something, but if Tudor was regional identity, number 4 was national spectacle. Number 4, Golden Wonder. Tomato ketchup, the one everyone forgets. Number 4 is a proper discontinuation, the kind that happens so quietly you don't notice until years later. Golden Wonder tomato ketchup crisps. Red tomato on the front, the flavour that seemed completely normal until suddenly it wasn't there anymore. Golden Wonder owned British crisps in the 70s. They overtook Smith's. They were number 1. They invented flavours, they took risks. Tomato ketchup was one of those risks that actually worked. The taste wasn't like actual ketchup. It was better than ketchup. Sweeter, tangier, that artificial tomato flavour that exists only in crisp form. The kind of flavour that made your fingers bright red and your tongue feel furry. Every corner shop had them. Sitting next to cheese and onion, salt and vinegar, ready salted. The 4 main food groups. You'd grab them without thinking. Routine? Normal? Then one day, gone. Not announced, not explained, just absent. You'd go to the shop, reach for the blue packet and find nothing. Or worse, find the space filled with a flavour you didn't want. Golden Wonder kept making crisps. Salt and vinegar, cheese and onion. Even pickled onion and Worcester sauce. But tomato ketchup, deleted. Some people think they merged it with another flavour. Some think sales dropped. Some think Golden Wonder's financial troubles in the 2000s killed anything that wasn't a guaranteed seller. Golden Wonder entered administration in 2006. Tato bought them. Rationalised the product lines, streamlined. Corporate speak for killed everything that made them special. Tomato ketchup crisps weren't dramatic enough to deserve campaigning for. They weren't weird enough to be memorable. They were just good, normal, there, until they weren't. That's how things vanish. Not with headlines, with silence. But at least Golden Wonder's discontinuation was accidental. Number 3, that one was deliberate sabotage. Number 3, Walker's Lamb and Mint, the Sunday dinner disaster. Right, number 3, this is where Walker's decided that what Britain really needed was a crisp that tasted like your nan's Sunday roast. Walker's Lamb and Mint, 2008. Part of their Bring It Back campaign, where the public voted for discontinued flavours to return. Democracy in action. Democracy chose wrong. Here's what nobody tells you about lamb and mint crisps. They weren't new in 2008. They'd been around since at least the 90s, maybe earlier. But Walker's quietly discontinued them. Not enough people were buying crisps that tasted like dinner. Then the Bring It Back campaign happened. People voted for this, either through nostalgia or curiosity or some twisted sense of humour. Lamb and mint won. Walker's had to bring them back. The problem? They actually tasted like lamb and mint together on a potato crisp. The mint wasn't subtle, it wasn't refreshing, it was mint, like you just brushed your teeth and then eaten meat. That confusion your mouth experiences, that's what every crisp delivered. Reviews were mixed. Some people loved them. These people are wrong. Most people described the experience as deeply unsettling. One person said eating them felt like kissing someone after they'd had a roast dinner and then immediately cleaned their teeth. The flavour lasted weeks in your mouth. You'd be tasting phantom lamb 3 days later. Your breath would smell of mint sauce on Tuesday when you'd eaten them Saturday. Walkers discontinued them again, quietly, without ceremony. Some flavours deserve to die twice, but at least lamb and mint had an excuse. Someone voted for them. Number 2 had no excuse at all. Number 2, Brannigans. Roast beef and mustard. The sinus clearer, 1980s. Brown paper bags appearing in pubs across Britain. That distinctive crinkle of paper, not foil, 40 pence from the offie, Brannigans. Roast beef and mustard. Those thick, ridged crisps that scraped your mouth on entry. The texture was aggressive. That flavour so intense, it was basically assault. The beef hit first, then the mustard. That mustard, and this is important, wasn't normal mustard flavouring. This was concentrated English mustard essence that burned its way down your throat. Your eyes would water, your nose would run. First bite was violence, the ridges attacked your gums, the flavouring declared war on your taste buds, the mustard cleared, blocked noses from 3 feet away. Someone would open a packet and everyone in the pub would smell it. We loved them because they hurt. They came in brown paper bags like they were too dangerous for normal packaging. Too adult for foil, they were pub crisps, adult crisps. The kind your dad brought home from the working men's club on Friday nights. The smell of beer and Brannigans mixing together. You weren't supposed to have them. They were for grown-ups, which made them better. Forbidden fruit that made you cough. KP discontinued them in September 2020. Declining demand, they said. Declining demand. There are 3 separate petitions to bring them back. People on Reddit call them the single best crisp to have ever graced this planet. When they switched from brown paper bags to foil packets around 2000, fans knew something had shifted. The crisps were the same, but the experience wasn't. Sometimes packaging is the product. The crinkle mattered, the paper mattered, the brown bags mattered, the pub mattered. The idea that crisps could be genuinely challenging mattered, that snacks could hurt you, and that was the point. What we lost wasn't just intense flavour. We lost the concept that food could be difficult, that consumption could be confrontation, that crisps could clear your sinuses and make you cough, and that made them worth buying. Brannigans smoked ham and pickle fans claim those were even better. Both gone now, both mourned, both missed by people who remember when pub crisps meant something. But all of that, the pub culture, the brown bags, the violence, the mourning, leads us to number 1. Number 1, Walkers, Worcester Sauce, the purple resurrection. Number 1, the crisp that died came back, died again, and resurrected. Walker's Worcester Sauce, those beautiful purple packets, that distinctive purple that stood out on every shelf. That tangy, savoury sauce flavour echoing Lear and Perrins. The umami hit coating your tongue. The crisp that if you loved prawn cocktail, you'd love this too. Available from the 70s, consistent, reliable, purple. That packet crinkle you'd recognise blind. Then in 2023, Walker's kills it. Demand was disappointingly low, they said. The internet exploded. This is outrageous. We need to petition to bring these back immediately. What the hell, Walkers? Worcester sauce was the best flavour you did. My favourite crisps? I'll miss eating them straight from the bag. And in sandwiches, R.I.P. Worcester sauce. People stockpiling final packets like doomsday preppers. Change.org petition launched immediately. The outcry was massive. Genuine rage, not nostalgia, anger. And Walkers realised they'd made a mistake. March 2025, the resurrection, but not nationwide, not immediate number. They launched exclusively at Charlie's convenience store in Worcester, the actual city of Worcester. 1 shop, 1 city. They floated a 6-metre crisp pack down the River Severn past Worcester Cathedral. This actually happened. Giant purple packet floating past medieval architecture. Plastered the city with mobile billboards, ad vans, bikes, beer mats and screens. Worcester became crisp capital of Britain. Bags sold on eBay for over £100. £100 for a bag of crisps. Fans travelled from Glasgow and Derbyshire, queued for hours. BBC News covered the phenomenon like it was a royal wedding. Then, March 17th, nationwide rollout. Worcester Sauce was back. The purple returned. This is what matters. This is the template. When people care enough, when the demand is real, when the outcry is genuine, companies listen. Worcester Sauce returned because we wouldn't let it die. Because purple packets matter. Because sometimes a crisp flavour is more than a crisp flavour. It's identity. It's memory. It's the taste of being young when crisps were 10 pence. And corner shops had wire stands, and choosing your packet was the biggest decision of your day. It's proof that we're still here, still caring about the things that mattered when we were young. Still remembering the crinkle of the packet, the smell when you opened it, the way your fingers tasted after. So that's 10 British crisp flavours you can't buy anymore. Except Worcester Sauce, which proves resurrections are possible when people care enough. But I know I've missed your favourite. Which discontinued flavour keeps you awake at night? What taste haunts your memories? Was it Smith's Bovril that made your fingers sticky? Tudor Kipper in the landscape packet? Golden Wonder Transformer snack that changed shape? Drop it in the comments below, and if you remember Tudor pickled onion making you cry, if you remember Brannigans clearing your blocked nose, if you remember when crisps were an adventure, and corner shops had wire stands and choosing your packet mattered, hit subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out our 10 British crisps that vanished from corner shops. Until then, thanks for stopping by and have a lovely day.